cup up with some leans. Yeah, put my dick in your bitch please. Yeah, rats come.
Hello, and welcome to another motherfucking episode of You Know What the Fuck Going On.com. As usual, not as usual, but lately, obviously, another episode for the R32, but this time we're gonna be in the back, baby. Know what I'm talking about? So what am I gonna do in the back? That's a good question. I'm gonna answer that question for you because I'm a nice fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you something. Come on with me. You see anything wrong here? Ted, I'm asking you a question. See anything wrong here? No? We got no engines, do we? A couple of SR20s to pull a premium week 4 race wars. Anyways, so as you see, I have a big motherfucking hole back there because some dumb motherfucker, the guy on this side of the camera right here, decided he gonna cut it out, fuel cell shit. You know what I'm saying? I cut this bitch out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuel cell this car. It's gonna be race car, sick. Don't fucking do that. Bad idea. Don't do it. Costs a lot of money, promise. Don't do it. So anyways, so I originally cut all this out, right? Boom, and I cut up to this point here, right? Which it's very unfortunate, honestly. So I was never able to put a stock gas tank back in because those that you know about S chassis, R chassis, whatever, know that the gas tank shit bolts on out here and the straps run this way, right? So as suckball Johnson as that is, I cut that shit. So what I got here is my friend Mr. Cram Sandwich done held it up with, when he cut his 32 up, he gave me this back cut, which is nice because these frame rails are actually in good shape, unfortunately, minus the rusty part, but I actually need this piece for my shit, obviously. So this time, what I'm gonna try to do is, I'm gonna try to cut this line right here. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And the same thing on this side. And I'm gonna try to cut as close to the frame rail as I possibly can up there. And basically what I'm gonna do is try to lay this in my trunk here. And hopefully it'll sit just on top of the edge all the way around. The key word is hopefully, right? So if that works out, 1, that's fucking great. And then 2, I can just repaint, because this is all painted back here. That's why it's nice and dark. I can repaint this. I can just set it in there, and then I don't have to go crazy with, you know, technically, I don't have to go crazy with doing like a full section of welding and all this crazy shit. Technically, I could be just lazy and just run self-tappers, which I'm not gonna do. I could do riv nuts, which is easy, but also takes time. So I'm still gonna weld it in there, but like, I don't have to go crazy because it's an original piece for the car, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, no talking, about to get squawking, little baby. Cutting things up around here, know what I'm talking about?
Get to the flow, ain't no time to run. Yeah, in this thing, let me see you twerk some. Get to the flow, ain't no time to run. Yeah, in this thing, let me see you twerk some. Yeah, in this thing. Yeah, in this thing. Yeah, in this thing. Yeah, in this thing. Ride that pussy like it's supposed to do. Shake that ass like a dance for Lou. Like you pop all eyes on you. Yeah, nigga wanna like you like for cheese, damn skip it. Like the barcades, it pays a little whip it. In that jazzy tease, bitches on their knees, tryna make a nigga pay their head to see it breathe. Hoes get drunk for show, but you ain't know. Feel for the strip, these bitches is on the pole. One on top up, one down low. And some hoes where they bout to take it to the flow. Ha! This one for them players, this one for them G's, this one for them dudes that ride them goldies. Ace and O's, on the for these hoes, talking about they clothes, you know how it goes. Hit the club just to see a little ass. Every nigga in the club got cash. Smoking weed, sipping hen, getting drunk. Pop that pussy and get a nigga crunk. Say them niggas wanna hate, it's all in the game. We gon' make them fuck that pussy, yin yang in this thing. Them niggas wanna hate, it's all in the game. We gon' make them fuck that pussy, yin yang in this thing. Yang in this thing. Yeah, 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 pop that pussy like it's supposed to do. Shake that ass like a dance for Lou. Like you pop all eyes on you. Yeah, nigga wanna like you like you.
I knew it all along, my pussy was fire. Every time we lit the cat, it was like a fucking high.
is gonna be a short video because I have a lot of different life shit that I gotta do right now for the next few days and some of the weekend, you know, whatever, typical bullshit, right? So with all that being said let me show you a little something. So you've seen it right here, right in front of your motherfucking eyes. You better close your motherfucking eyes. So you've seen it. Laid the bitch out and cut the bitch out. Hold up, wait a minute. You know what I'm talking about? I cut it, I got lucky and part luck, part skill. I got to cut it exactly where I wanted. This spot wasn't exactly where I wanted, but then like the rest of it was like right along the edge of the frame rail zone. Boom, for the most part, pretty much exactly where I wanted. Luckily, from what I can see so far, my cut here, my cut here in this zone seems to be just where I need it to be. So that's pretty tight. I'm pretty fucking excited though about that one. But yeah, as you can see, she fits in there pretty nice. You see me stomping on it earlier. That was to try to get the panels to flex and spread out some more because I wanted to kind of fill the zone out this way. I know they're the same, but the life that has had versus the life that this has had is different, you know what I'm saying? I've pushed in the back of this car with my truck to roll this car in here with a tire put back here, and I pressed this whole zone inwards from that. I actually just recently tried to pull it out some, which made it harder to close my trunk now, so. I mean, the trunk still closes, but before it used to close like just with a finger touch, you know what I'm saying? So, and the trunk got pushed in a little bit. The whole light got pulled out just a little bit here in the corner and shit, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me open the bitch up, hold up. So yeah, as you can see, got a little bit of this. That's my fucking battery extensiones. Then I have a battery box, right? And it's stupid because I got this massively oversized battery box for two reasons. One, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a fucking bigger battery, like a truck style battery. That way I've got this super fucking gangster shit to where if I buy a regular battery, hold on, I'm trying to open this. All right, apparently I'm not opening this. So anyways, yeah, so the idea was behind this like battery box was to get a big one so I could put like a bigger truck style battery in here. And then like with that also have a little bit of room on the sides to like store like little tools, like little bits of tools. So that way like if you're out there in the street and you're sliding, you're doing your thing and you run into an issue, you've got like a mini glove box to store a bunch of shit inside of in the back on top of the glove box in the car. Although I don't even remember if I have the glove box. I should have the glove box for this car. So that's kind of weird now that I think about it, but whatever. That was my thought process then. But then when I go to mount this, well, I'm not gonna put this motherfucker right here in the middle of the floor. That's stupid, right? Because like, if you gotta put wheels back here, because you're gonna bring two wheels and like a jack, so a jack goes on the passenger side floorboard or something, that's not gonna fit. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just put it right there. I'll put it right there, no big deal. But then, well, how the fuck do you get the battery out of here? So that's not smart either, right? So I think what I'm gonna end up doing, actually, this is kind of like a weird rant, but I'm probably gonna put an Optima battery in the center, potentially, we'll see, and just use the bottom Optima battery plate. So the battery is just sitting there exposed. I might put it off to one side or the other. I might tuck it in this corner. I might tuck it in that fucking corner. I don't know. I mean, I originally ran my cables over here because the battery box is gonna go over here in this corner. But that was when I was gonna do fuel cell. I was gonna make a floor sheet and a bunch of bullshit. And that was beyond my capabilities at the time. So, trying not to rant and talk about a bunch of shit, but I gotta talk about a bunch of shit. I gotta talk about things, you know what I'm saying? So, let me look at this real quick here. As you can see, we got the gap mouth, you know what I'm saying? Got the eyes here, she look good, she look good. She got the mouth wide open, she ready for action, but we gotta seal this whole bitch up. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that part just yet. But as far as this floorboard goes, I want to get dry ice, get rid of all the bullshit here. Right here on the edge, I need to get rid of that. So a little dry ice in here, that'll go a long way. And you can see this original clip matches up here. All my ribs are matching up all the way around. Super fucking nice, super happy. You see me fucking around with it earlier, and that's because like I had it shifted this way a bit, and I'm like, oh man, the shit don't even line up. And here we are. lined up, babe. You know what I'm talking about? So it's pretty cool that the whole thing is back together. I mean, not back together, but in this video, I'm gonna stop this here because I'm gonna have to also, you see me trim this whole lip out, right? Hold on. You see me trim the whole lip out because the lip was super rusty and I need to try and mitigate some of this rust as much as I can. I'm gonna clean up all this gunk off of here and get rid of all this shit. If I have to re-tack weld this zone, I'm gonna re-tack this shit, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta clean this all up, and then whatever sheet metal I decide to use back here, I'm gonna have to probably bust a couple tacks here and around the corner and then just let it hang over, trace it out, untack it, cut it back off, re-tack weld it on. Like, it's gonna be a whole little procedure, but for the time being, this can be left out, you know what I'm saying? And then again, also, I don't have to go crazy with this shit because I'm gonna try to see if there is a good aftermarket bash bar that slides into the frame rails like S13s be doing and R32s be doing. So if I could slide some shit into the frame rail so I have a nice little bash bar system, that'll strengthen my rear. If not, I will run a bar from that jack point to that jack point. And you see me earlier cut the jack shit off, the tow hooks, the factory tow hooks. Them tow hooks saved me a lot of times back in the day. Right here, right there. And it saved me a few times back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I cut them off because right here, let me show you a little something. As you can see right here, them shits is fucking pushing against the bumper. I needed them off so I could fit the bumper properly. So even with the idea of doing like a bash bar back there, there's a chance that like it might not fit that well with that bumper. I'm gonna have to like grind it up, modify it, whatever. My old black S13, I actually used a factory rear brace and I had a pipe put in the center of it. And I had the body kit on there. I cut the pipe to length of like this high above the body kit because I knew the car would squat. I didn't want it to drag on the ground. But we had the pipe welded to it so I could, and a tow hook, which was one of these cut off, welded to the bottom of it. So that way, if need be, you can hook it up to the bottom of it right underneath the car super easy and pull the car out and tow it. I used to jack the car up by that spot constantly, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, it's never failed. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never failed. I've never had an issue with it, so that's kind of cool. But now that like better companies have come out and shit, I want to try to buy more legit shit for the car. It's another reason why this car's been down for so long is because I'm starting to buy better parts, more parts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through it. So another thing with that more money being spent said, I'm gonna go, I think PTFE braided lines or just PTFE lines from here all the way forward. Yeah, that's gonna be different for me only because I don't know if I want to keep the stock sending unit and the whole hat, or if I wanna go aftermarket so I can run AN lines. But yeah, like PTF, like, you know, has AN fittings and shit, right? But I want to plug the stock joint so I have the gas tank level and the power on the key like normal, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not exactly sure unless someone makes like an adapter to put AN fittings on here. That'd be kind of cool actually, but I don't know. Haven't researched it. It's not like the end of the world. I can rock a PTFE line, put it over it, clamp it up, you know what I'm saying, if need be. Obviously, like, really, really, really clamp it, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I'm really excited because, like, this is, like, one more fucking step in the car, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, shit like this, I can't just put a couple tack welds in here and be like, okay, cool, call it done, stick a gas tank in here. I have to get this shit off. I have to clean the edges on the back side of the whole thing. I want to put some good tack welds on it. I want to seal the whole thing too. So I got to get some kind of seam sealer, window weld, like whatever the case is back in here. I got to buy more paint to repaint the inside. Like, she looked crazy, but she just dirty, dog. You know what I'm saying? She dirty, that's all. You know what I'm saying? She painted through and through. Like, I painted this whole bitch inside here. All the floorboards in here, she's painted all the way up in the floorboards, all the way up to there. So that's what happens when you got too much time on your motherfucking hands. Little motherfucking baby. Oh, this whole time I could have just give me the light. You know what I'm saying? I could have had the light the whole time, but I forgot that I always forget that's there. Because it's the only one they got to pull the cable for, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, sorry about this video. I mean, I'm not going to be apologetic because like it's still progression on the car, but I didn't want to make this one. I wanted this to be one video, but the amount of work is a lot more than I expected. So, because I can't just do shit when I see shit that I could be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not someone that wants to like, oh, fuck it, I'll worry about it later, when I can just worry about it now and have the project 100% complete. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem that I have, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, whatever. You know, I'm talking about the baby. All right, I'm leaving. This shit done. The next video for this is gonna hopefully be the back end again. We'll see. We'll see how all this shit back here is gonna be. And yeah. I keep saying I'm gonna end the video, but I got more shit to talk about because like there's shit everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna cut it off right here. The next video for the car is either gonna be cleaning up all this shit, getting it ready to do some tack welds and all that shit, or I may have ended up by this time later, next week, whatever the case is, having the other parts I need for some more shit in here. Cause like I took that all apart, you know what I'm saying? So she's all apart. I gotta make a dump tube for that. I gotta make a downpipe for this. So like, there's a lot of work left. It's a lot of like little tedious things, which is kind of good, honestly. I'm to the point where things starting to go together versus like, oh, I need more parts. Like this is starting to be like, I need a couple little things now, you know what I'm saying? So check me out. Check out the motherfucking merch. If you made it this far, that's great. I keep forgetting that I have the site up, running, ready to go. Boom, I see a couple of you people are buying my shit. That's tight. I appreciate you. I'm gonna turn this motherfucking light off. Things is done. I'll see you later, little baby. Boom.
Doom shot, motherfucker.
Rockin' with the rock, we'll get your shit knocked off the block. Rock these bitches want my